What's up, guys? Dan Nathan, Twin Genetics, of course, rocking the new attire, as they call it, or whatever it is, or new merch, as people like to call it, but not on sale currently, but maybe eventually, yeah. Just for personal use only. Yeah, we're here. We're currently at the end of our third week on the Shredding series. It's the 30th of March today. Yeah, it's 30th of March today. So it's exactly 3 weeks since we started the Shredding series. Just wanted to run you into a bit of an intro on where we're at and stuff. It's been a good first few weeks of the Shredding series, but we've had a bit of a hiccup, which was last weekend. We had my cousin's stag do in Latvia, which sounds pretty bizarre, I know.
No, we did pretty bad damage.
Pretty bad damage, to be honest. All what we lost, we gained back and more, basically, when we came back, because it was just full of just beer, booze, and burgers and stuff, basically.
But to be fair, we lost all the weight back in a week, so a lot of it's like water retention and the salt intake's a lot higher than we usually do, and it's just basically water. And I've done more cardio this week than I've done in a while, or since last year probably. I've done this on the fourth session today, hopefully after legs, but we've done a stag do in Riga. It was a really good weekend. To be honest, we kind of needed it, or I did. I hadn't been out really since Christmas, and
it was epic, to be fair.
It was a really good weekend, and the only downside was putting on the weight. But like I said, I'm back to where I am. I am back. I am behind overall, if that makes sense, and probably Nathan's as well. But in the grand scheme of the 3 weeks, we have lost weight, if that makes sense. So your diet won't be ruined overnight. People need to remember that. If you eat a fucking piece of popcorn and you're gonna be stressing over it, then this dieting thing ain't for you.
I completely agree. The thing is, like, say for example, I think I started with 207 pounds. When I got back, I think I weighed 209, and when I seen the scales, I just thought, for fuck's sake, and that's what it's normal to feel that. And Daryl weighed probably like 10 pounds more than he was supposed to when he came back, and we were both a bit like texting each other like, what the fuck. But in reality, I don't really worry about it, because it does take about 5 to 6 days for you to get back to where you were. But luckily now I'm back. I'm at 201 now, so I've lost 6 pounds in total over the 3 weeks, which I would say it could be slightly better if we hadn't gone on that weekend away. Probably under 200 pounds at the moment, but I said it doesn't matter. Daryl's back at 201 like he was. He started off, but it sounds ridiculous. His body fat percentage has gone a lot. It's gone more south, really, hasn't it?
It's gone down, my body fat percentage, but my weight overall has been. But to be honest, this depends on like when you weigh yourself. Like if you haven't taken a shit in the morning, that could be the difference between your 3 pounds lost and 3 pounds not, which, to be honest, half the time I get up straight out of bed, weigh myself, but then other days I'll be less. So at one point I was not 198, so it swings and roundabouts. And like I said to Nathan before, don't read in too much to the scales also, because they can do your head, they can wind you up, you start getting ground down, and you start getting affected by it, and people start getting upset because the scales aren't telling what they want to hear. And sometimes when you have like a bit of higher calories one day, your weight might fluctuate up there. You might have a bit more salt intake, and you might hold a bit more water. Your weight will stay up there. It's not necessarily how much fat you've got on your body. It's just as long as the weight's coming down over the weeks, that's all you really care about.
And the thing, that's a cutter's dream in reality, to start off on a weight and be your body fat percentage down after 3 weeks and still weigh the same. In theory, he hasn't like just completely lost all the fat, and you've probably gained maybe a slight bit of muscle and lost a lot of fat, haven't you? So I'd rather be in my brother's position where I'd be 207 pounds and be the same and look the way I do currently, because I know I've lost the big high percentage of what I've lost is fat. But unfortunately, that's just what happens, isn't it? You just fluctuate all the time. You just got to persevere and keep chipping away every week. That's what you got to do.
So there's no more. That's kind of the last free thing. We haven't been having cheat meals. So in the 3 weeks, we haven't had any cheat meals. The only time we'd eaten badly was obviously on the weekend when we went for the stag do. So there'll be no more cheat meals now until the wedding, which is in 2 weeks' time. So there'll be 3 weeks apart between the cheat meals, which I'm kind of happy with.
Whereas like that, we had 3 days of solid drinking and eating. Now it's just going to be the 1 day. So in reality, it shouldn't be really that bad.
We'll probably just do a fasting day on there. We probably won't eat until 12 PM, because we probably go 16 hours without eating, and then we're just eating a shorter window, which to be honest, it shouldn't have much effect on it. But
the thing is, ultimately, this year it's our cousin's wedding. We're really looking forward to the day, and there's no point being a bitch about it, like taking a Tupperware box while everybody's eating their cheesecake.
Nobody wants to be the bell end with box of chicken and rice, and then you're asking for a microwave because you're just going to get so much grief off people. It's not even worth it. And you can make good choices anyway. You know, you don't have to drink loads of alcohol. You can drink some vodka and diet lemonade or something like that. Just be fucking sensible about it. Don't be so stupid. But I think that's our really update on our physiques. We're not going to do a physique update. We're
looking like a lot leaner than I started off with. You probably
he's got the bacon slicer out, haven't you?
Look at the pace you could really do with the tan and bed session. Really.
Well, at the end of the cut, we'll be on holiday, so don't worry about it. So the point of the story really, or point of this video rather, is to talk about steroids. So my view on steroids is simply this, and Nathan shares the same view. If you want to take steroids, you know the effects of steroids, you know the side effects, etc. You know there might be some repercussions from taking steroids. That's fine. If you want to take them, I say go ahead, take them. You know, as long as you understand the health risks and stuff that are associated with them, I think they're fine to take. If that's your chosen supplement, you choose to take it, you take the risk. Whereas some people brandish steroids around to people and they just use it for an excuse because they think, well, he looks better than me, I'm just going to accuse him of steroids. But it's funny, I was on Instagram the other day and Lee Priest put something up. I don't know if you know who Lee Priest is, I'll pop a picture up on the screen, but Lee Priest is a ex-bodybuilder. He was top of the game really. And
his physique was ridiculous.
He was ridiculous, just a short guy, really massive muscle mass on him. But he put up a quote the other day on his Instagram and it says, he's got steroids, and he's got a word lazy people use to describe anyone more lean, muscular or dedicated than them. And to be honest, that hits steroids on the head, the nail on the head for steroids to me, because I think that's exactly what it is. People are too quick to accuse people of taking steroids, because it's not that you walk into the gym today, or I'll walk into the gym today and I'll probably have more muscle mass than probably 50% of the men in there. And they'll probably look at me and think, he's got skinny legs. So straight away they try and pick on your legs. Then they'll look and go, oh, he's really top heavy. Again, picking at your legs. And then they'll say, oh, he must be on steroids to have shoulders like that. And those things people use to justify to themselves why somebody looks a certain way. And that really frustrates me, because not everybody takes steroids, and people need to understand that. Accusations are thrown out all the time about people, just for people basically who got an excuse to moan, or they want an excuse to basically make themselves feel better about themselves the way they look, and in reality it's because they're lazy and they don't want to put the dedication in, or they have no dedication and they don't want to put the effort in. So that's really our view on steroids.
And there's a lot of people as well who sort of have the opinion that if you take steroids it's easy as cheating. Let's throw out and actually say that people take steroids, and even anybody, like say Ronnie Coleman back in the day, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, they openly say they take steroids, etc. But we all know like the hard work they put in their diet. It basically takes over your life doing what they do. And even down to I know, for example, a person, say like Jeremy Buenadia, I don't know whether he's taken steroids, but there's been a lot of heat over him in the last year or so. They're throwing accusations at him saying that he's done a lot more than people think he's done, etc. But you can't knock his work. He always says no one will work harder than me, and let's be fair, like his physique is ridiculous and nobody probably does work hard, and that's why he's won the championships and the Olympias so many times.
Yeah, no, you're
right. How many times he won it? I think 3 or 4. The first time was the last year he didn't win it, but but obviously I don't know what category he'll be in now, or whether he's even competing this year, I don't know. But
Jeremy Buenadia had a pec tear, and then all of a sudden he wanted to be in the Olympia in September time, October time. He then trained his arse off all the way through, and people went, oh, it's mad what transformation you can do to use taking steroids. It's like, yeah, okay, he took steroids, and yes, he looks the way he does, not as a result of steroids, but steroids enhance the way he looks. So it's almost like, I don't know really how to explain it. If you use a bit of photoshopping on thing, it will always make a girl or a boy look a bit prettier on Instagram, but really speaking, you can't change your face too much, because then it becomes unrealistic. Jeremy Buenadia, his work ethic is crazy. He trains hard. It's his life. Bodybuilding is his life. And yeah, and the other thing is it's down to genetics as well. You can take all the steroids and stuff in the world, but if your genetics are shite, you just end up looking like a garden rake, and that's just the bottom line. Yeah, and it's just frustrating, because people like Jeff said, he looks brilliant on Instagram, and he's in great shape or whatever, and he's great size, great muscle mass for his age. And I personally don't think he's taken steroids. I think there'll be a lot of people who might bash me for that, and I don't know what Nate's opinion on.
Yeah. I think like you met Jeff said, didn't you, in Body Power X, when you said that when you met him, he wasn't actually, good, he's lean, he got decent muscle mass, but he's not over the top steroid user. When you, I personally think you can tell straight away when somebody's on steroids. Do you think?
Yeah, you can.
They sort of got that sort of look about them, like the skin almost a bit leathery, if you understand what I mean. That might sound bullshit to you, but we watched a lot of videos on that time. We've been training a good few years now, and we've seen so many people take steroids, and I've even seen kids have pictures up against stage with guys they know are on steroids, and they're on steroids, and the actual outline of their bodies, just because I personally just think it's a completely different look when you're on steroids. Like, everything just like over accentuated basically. Like your muscles look more defined, more rounded off. Your traps are up to the back of your ears. It sounds ridiculous, but that is exactly what it's like.
Yeah, but like we reiterate, we're not against people taking steroids because that's just their personal choice. And I think the only thing that we will say that's a negative thing about steroids, and this is our only negative side of it, is when somebody tells you they're not taking steroids. Nathan's had an instance where he's told a guy he knows has told every man and his dog that he's taking steroids, but yet he hasn't told Nathan he's taking steroids because he knows Nathan goes to the gym, and he probably sees that as an advantage he has over Nathan by taking steroids, and Nathan's automatically going to think to him, well, the only reason he's getting bigger is because he's taking steroids. But that's not Nathan's opinion. If he takes steroids, Nathan's just aware he takes steroids. The worst part about it is when people lie.
And the worst when you're training with this person week in, week out for weeks on end, and everybody else they're telling you can be different, not opposite. And something whenever you mention it to them, they're even a bit shady about it. But do you know what? That's what I mean. If people can't tell the person they're training with every week they're on steroids, then you ain't going to tell anybody, are they? But
no, because the bottom line is, in summary for the video, you got people like Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn is, I think he's in his 50s or late 40s. His fucking haircut winds me fucking out. It's like something from the 80s. It's almost like he's still stuck from 20 years ago. But anyway, this hair's got nothing to do with this video. His physique is ridiculous. His muscle mass for his age, his height, and how lean he is absolutely crazy. I'll pop a picture up on the screen so you guys know who Michael. You'll know who he is. He's in the Expendables.
In terms of Michael Hearn, you can't knock his shape, his physique, his hard work. It is ridiculous. But I'm sorry, but anyone says he's not on steroids, you can't. I don't exactly know what he's on or what he's taking, but he's on. He has taken something over the years, and there's probably a number of things he's probably dabbled with over the years. Because bear in mind, back in say 20, 30 years ago, when people started training in the 80s or whatever, a lot of this stuff in America wasn't even illegal, was it?
No, it wasn't legal, and half the stuff wasn't even known of. But to us, my steroid knowledge is not that great, so I can't even start branching out what I do and what I don't know. But at the same time, like Nave said, Mike O'Hearn he's in great shape. He's got ridiculous muscle mass, and I watched one of his videos, and he's always in a calorie deficit, he says. So that straight away is alarm bell rings. How can you be in a calorie deficit and put that much muscle mass on continuously? And people go, yeah, but he probably bulked for so many years. But to stay in that condition all year round and be in a calorie deficit, I think I'd lose my mind.
You look like a sack of shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you wouldn't look like that. And I'm sorry, people can bash us for this, and people might not even watch this video or whatever, but I know for sure that Mike O'Hearn is probably he's probably not running what your Phil Heaths and your Kai Greens are running. That's fine, but I will never take away his work ethic. Mike O'Hearn, he looks ridiculous year round, and I wish I could look like that, but I don't. But there's no way I think he can look like that naturally, and that's just my personal opinion. Because there's a calculation people have done online, and I've actually read up on it. It's like a body mass formula, not body mass index. It's a body mass formula based on your height and your weight and kind of like your frame makeup. I don't exactly know the scientific terms behind it, but just bear with me. So they can punch your numbers into some sort of formula. They don't know how accurate it is, but there's a certain once you're a certain height and once you're a certain body type, there's only so much naturally your body can develop and allow you to, unless you're a genetic freak, which is still a possibility, but a law of averages would say that most people who's 6 foot tall, shredded down to the bone, would probably not weigh more than 200 pounds probably, lean muscle mass. Like I weigh 200 pounds exactly now, but I got 15% body fat, so when I'm down to about 185, I'm probably going to be my most shredded as I've been, and that's my weight for a guy who's 6 foot tall and usually weighs about 200 pounds. So I'm not lean at 200 pounds. I'm lean at 185. So that's just put things in perspective. But like we said, we don't take anything away from people who put the hard work in and all the efforts they put into look that way. There's people who step on the stage and the commitment and stuff the sacrifices they do for bodybuilding is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, I do agree with everything you're saying, but probably my pet hate, and Darryl probably say the same to you, there's always that guy in the gym. He'll probably turn up to the gym and say January, February time. He looks in alright shape. He's just a bit fat, swole. Maybe like I looked at the start of our cutting series, and say I don't know into June, July time. You look at him, he's completely transformed. You haven't seen him during the whole winter months. And then he hasn't worn a vest or anything else. You haven't seen his naked skin for so many weeks, etc. And then one day you get a glimpse of his back and it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, just shot him in the back of the shop. And they're walking around the gym or they own the shop, and that's one that does piss me off, because in reality they think they're the big I am in the gym, but you know in your head, and Darryl knows the same. Now you're looking at them. There's a couple of guys in our gym at the moment. I don't obviously say who they are, but I don't know who they are to name. But they're walking around the gym like they own the shop, grunting, throwing weights about. I think they're great this and that. But you know they're running something. Obviously they're probably just valley-ites, basically pumping steroids in their arse or something. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't know, they just got a chip on the shoulder. They own the gym. They've been in the gym. Yeah, sorry guys, the camera just cut out a second ago.
Back to you got cheap equipment.
Back to the guys and go to the gym. It is frustrating, because when you put a lot of hard work in as a gymmer and you see a lot of people like making those gains, and like it's not even a third of the time. It's like a tenth of the time, basically. Where you put like 3 or 4 years of hard work, and they're probably doing that just in one summer.
Yeah, but the thing is, as soon as they come off wherever they're taking, it's kind of like you've popped a balloon, the fucking air comes out of there, and all the war's gone.
As soon as they've been to Ibiza, pilling it up, in June or July and August, come September, they're not back in the gym then until the following year, and that's just the way it goes. And unfortunately, people like that will find out later on in life where they'll have side effects. It might not affect them at all, but I don't think personally it's worth the risk, and come to the conclusion really on this video that me and Dad would never take steroids, to be honest. We always talked about it, and I wouldn't even say you can go as far as saying we're tempted by it one little bit. I'd just say it was just we talked about it, and you look at
so surprised, natural, the thumbnail, me jabbing a 150cc syringe in his ass. It's not genuine, alright? So that's called clickbait, and I'm sorry if people have watched 16 minutes of this video and thought those wankers have drawn me in, and it turns out they're natural. Yeah, we are natural, never taken anything. The only illegal thing we have taken, and I'll admit to this, is the old Jack 3D pre-workout.
We all allow some good shit.
And the worst part of that, we used to take it with Red Bull. We used to have this dodgy supplement shop in the old gym we used to go
Shout out to FitSpace.
FitSpace. I think they're still going, actually. FitSpace
in Cardiff. This wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a chain there. I think they're still going. And FitSpace, you had a little supplement shop, and there used to have a guy running. He used to sell you protein shakes and stuff, and used to mix you up a pre-workout after one, 2 scoops with some Red Bull. To be fair, it was fucking savage. Back when you were I think 20 or whatever, 21, we loved it. But that's the only thing we've ever taken which is a banned substance. But to be honest, I don't think there was anything really come of that story. I think it was a bit of bullshit. But no, we're not going to pull a Rob Riches on you where he won a show once and then tried to blame the pre-workout supplement when he failed his drugs test. I like Rob Riches, he's a good guy, but fuck me, he takes life seriously. I'll stick all these pictures of these names on the screen if you don't know who they are. You probably know who they are more than you know who we are, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're natural, we've never taken steroids. If he fucking took steroids, I'd take him back to the drug dealer and say, give him a fucking refund. The 30-day warranty on this shit. Because I'm not even we don't even look like we take steroids, which is frustrating. And if I look like I took steroids, maybe there'd be some suspicions. But yeah, I do train hard, and my physique's decent when I'm shredded. But
it's almost funny, isn't it? Because I started a new job, for example, in October last year, and obviously October is cold. I'm not going to be wearing a t-shirt around a lot. So in work, I work on the shop floor, so we wear a jumper all winter. And the last couple of weeks has probably been pretty mild, hasn't it, the weather? So I had my t-shirt on the cut, and a lot of people said, "Oh, you bought that. What have you been doing?" It also gave me the eye, so you've been on steroids, and I was like, "No, I've been wearing an extra large jumper for the last 6 months, you just haven't noticed me take my shirt off. And that's the thing with people, they only notice things they see for the first time, which is true, people do that, but they try and judge you straight away. And that's when we go back to what that Lee Priest said about that, the caption, like, people only judge you because you probably look better than them, and they're wondering how you look so good and they look so shit, basically.
And they want to justify an excuse.
Yeah, I don't want to say I look great at the moment, because I don't, but
it's the same
come see me in 9 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, come see you in 9 weeks. But no, to be fair to you, it's the same people who ask you how much you bench, and it's like, to be upfront and honest,
that's gonna be the dumbest question.
Yeah, some absolute fuckwits who just come up to you and go, "How much do you bench?" To be honest, I don't bench press, so I tell them I don't bench press. Oh, you're a bit of a pussy, aren't you? Not really, no. Come to the gym with me, come and do a leg session. I know me Nathan don't train legs according to some people. If I hear that one more time, I'm gonna fucking open palm smack somebody in the fucking brain, because the amount of times people say to me, Nathan, we don't train legs. Trust me, we do train legs. It'll be evident in this video. We got a workout coming up. We're not just doing this workout for the YouTube.
We do generally train.
We do train legs. Actually quite concentrate on it. Just unfortunately, genetically, I have terrible legs.
And somebody once told me, a good friend of ours, "Oh, you two are a strange shape. You got long legs and stubby torso." So
it's like, it's not one of those things like, I don't want long, gangly legs like a fucking not centipede. That's fucking loads of legs, and it's fucking daddy long legs, because. I want big legs, but at the same time, I'm trying to work hard to get there, and just people start bashing me. But the only people who bash me are people who look like dog shit, and I'll call them out on it and say, yeah, but you look like crap anyway. My theory is, no matter how much you can lift, how good do you look at the end? Okay, you're a powerlifter or you're a bodybuilder, because they're two different things. Powerlifters don't give a shit what they look like, or strong men. Do you think fucking Eddie Hall cares about what he looks like? He's got tits going under his arms, but that motherfucker would give me a beat down and Nathan at the same time, and he'd lift quadruple what we can lift.
Flip your car over
and turn your car over, yeah. But he's a powerlifter. Yeah. Bodybuilders don't go on stage and go, "Oh no, I'm going to give Mr. Olympia to Ronnie Coleman because he can fucking squat 800 pounds."
But you forgot he can do the 200-pound dumbbells, which he done in one of his classic videos.
Yeah.
Well, no one gives a fuck, as long as he looks good on stage, it's all that matters. And when people say, "Oh, do you go to the gym?" We go to the gym because we enjoy it, but ultimately you want to look good, you want something for it, you don't want to put all the hard work. It's like you're going to work and not getting paid at the end of it. It ain't going to happen. You want to go to the gym and actually look decent after going. So, that's it really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is, yeah. So that kind of summarised the video. We've been talking quite a lot. It's about 20 minutes long already. If you're still watching, we appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit a thumbs up, because we're not making any money from it, so we're not going to make any money from it.
You happen to want a t-shirt?
Just DM us and we can sort you out with a nice Twin Genetics t-shirt. But no,
we've already had one request.
We had one request so far from somebody, and they wanted it for free.
So we told them to fucking do one.
Yeah. Fucking hell, I can't buy protein shakes, fucking dishing out t-shirts for free. But no, in all seriousness, we're going to head to the gym now, we're going to smash legs, and it'll all be on the video. We're going to edit this up tomorrow, hopefully get us uploaded soon, so as you're watching it, it's probably uploaded on YouTube. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope this guys gave you an insight, and unfortunately, guys, I do have one thing actually. This is the syringe you'll probably see in the.
It's more like a turkey based.
In the thumbnail, yeah, it's a turkey based, I think it is. It cost me £7 on Amazon, that did. Just for one fucking thumbnail. So, that's the kind of effort we're going to for YouTube, to give you guys some good clickbait thumbnails. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. Stay tuned. You're going to see a pretty epic leg workout. We do go hard when we train legs. Yeah, we might have legs to show for that, but I know truly in my head and in my heart that I put 100% effort in. So, catch you guys in the next part of the video.
What's up, guys? It's Darryl and Nathan, Twin Genetics. We're just at Cardiff Gate Pure Gym, same stomping ground as usual. We're ready to start our leg workout now, and we just have a, not say quick warm up, but like a rigorous warm up now, just to warm our backs and our legs up. And then after that, then we'll start with the back squats. With legs, and yeah, we always start with back squats. We find that if you do any other exercise, then you're going to back squats. It's just impossible to try and shift the way you'd like to kind of shift. I think obviously warm up properly first. We use some of the
cable machines to do a couple of sets, high volume stuff, just for, you know, getting the muscles going, and then go straight into back squats, just because we start from quite light and then go all the way up to our heaviest working set, because I find if we do it like after leg press or something like that, my legs are just ruined. So, and it's one of those things I'm always trying to improve is back squat, so it makes sense really just to do it first.
While you're fresh.
But obviously make sure you warm up correctly first. So it's quite a high volume workout. Back squats first, and there'll be then 4 other exercises on top of that. We've started trying to do this 5, 12, 10, 8, and then 6 if we can feel it. If we're feeling it too much on the 4th set on 8 reps, we kind of go back up the other way and reduce the weight. But no, we've been trying that, it's working out pretty well in it. That
I'd say a good warm to do is the hip abductors. There's 2 machines you do where you work the insides and then the outside.
Yeah,
they're both really good, to be fair, and that warms your believe it or not, that warms inside your quads up pretty well, and when you are, in comparison to when you haven't done the warm up properly, and when you do your proper sets, there's a hell of a difference, really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's quite hard. It's quite a lot of volume, to be honest. You're pretty knackered afterwards, and Nath might do cardio after. I won't. I've already done it 3 times this week. I'm kind of having a break. My legs will probably be shot to bits after anyway. Nath will probably end up skipping cardio, not because he's not committed, but sometimes you just can't do it. So yeah, so you'll see us in the gym next. I'm going to do a commentary over the top, so the next part of the video will be us training legs, and hope you enjoy the commentary.
What's up guys, this is Darryl with your commentary. Just to run you through this workout, we first of all start on every leg session with a good stretch and a warm up on 2 machines. We do 4 to 6 stretches usually, which we'll run through one day on another video, and yeah, we do 3 sets of each of these 2 machines I'm going to go through now in the following clip. So the first machine we warm up on is the abductor machine. This machine targets the outside of the top of the thigh, known as your hip abductor muscles. Start with a lightweight, high reps, nothing too heavy, 3 sets of 15. What you want to do is slowly press hard against the machine with the outside of the thigh and the knee. Keep your knees away from each other until you reach a position where it's comfortable. Once you feel the contraction for a second, begin to move your knees back to the starting position, then repeat this motion. The second machine we use to warm up is the adductor machine. So the thigh adductor machine is for the inside of the thigh, where the muscles move the weight towards the center line of the body. What you want to do for this one is slowly press hard against the machine with the inside of the thigh this time, which is the opposite to the first machine we used. Move your knees towards each other until you reach a position where the pads on the machine are kind of touching each other. Squeeze the middle so you feel a contraction for like a second, and then allow your knees back to the starting position. So the first working exercise we do on legs without fail on every leg day is the back squat, the conventional squat. The reason for this is something we've already mentioned previously in the video, is that we feel the conventional squat exerts like a considerable amount of fatigue on the quads. So performing, say, after say a leg press or a hack squat machine, your legs will already be fatigued, which will probably hinder your squatting performance, like when it comes to shifting decent weights. When it comes to squatting, we always do 5 working sets and 1 warm-up sets. 4 sets usually doesn't do the quads enough punishment, in my opinion. You know, you decide what rep range and stuff you do. So this is me, Darryl, doing the first working set with 60 kilos on the bar, which is 130 pounds. We've recently been trying to maintain a rep range of 15, 12, 10, 8, and then 6 to 8 for the last 5th and final set. We've been using this recently, and we find that it's been overloading the muscle pretty well, so that's what we've been continuing with. So first of all, you want to start by taking grip of the bar with your thumbs behind the bar. This is a personal preference of mine. This is the way me and Nath do it. Stick your head under the bar. Once you're comfortable with the position of the bar on your back, remove the bar from the rack and set backwards away from the squat frame so the bar doesn't clash with the hooks. Once you've moved yourself out the way of the stoppers on the squat frame, you want to place your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, so your toes are also slightly pointed outwards. A few key tips here when you're squatting is to keep your head up at all times and keep your back always straight. These are key tips most people who squat will tell you. They're like the key elements of squatting, really. So once you're in position and you're comfortable, you want to begin by lowering the weight by bending your knees, which is basically allowing your knees to travel forwards. Continue down until your thigh is parallel or slightly below parallel to the floor, always maintaining a straight back and keeping your head up. So once you're in a seated position, obviously you don't want to hang around there for too long, but from the seated position, begin to raise the bar by driving the weight through the floor using your heels. Extend your hips to the starting position, a smooth motion, no jolting and kind of humping the air, like you do see a lot of people doing. Repeat this until basically your rep range is complete. As you can see from the clips, this clip and the previous one, this was Nathan and I's failure sets. Yeah, we're pretty exhausted after this one, but yeah, we continued through with another 4 exercises. One comment to make on squats is some people will bash other people for not going deep enough on squats, but what I'd say to that is do what is comfortable for yourself, and it depends how much you want to save your knees in the long run. Deep squatting can be quite taxing on the knee joint, so just be careful and only do what's comfortable for yourself. If you're new to squatting, start with a light weight and go from there. So guys, the second exercise for legs is known as the split squat with the barbell. This predominantly targets your quad area. So you want to start by taking grip of the bar similarly to the conventional squat. So put your thumbs behind the bar. Again, it's a personal preference of mine. Get your head under the bar. Once you're comfortable, position the bar sitting on your back. Remove the bar from the rack and stand backwards so the bar is clear of the hooks on the squat frame. Place your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Once you're happy with the foot position, put your one foot behind you, around a foot to a foot and a half behind you, whichever comfortable to keep your balance from the neutral squat position. The foot behind should have the toes touching the floor only, essentially on your tiptoes. The trailing foot is providing stability only, not really driving any of the weight. Again, keep your head up and you maintain a straight back at all times. Once you're comfortable in the position you're in, slowly lower your leg until your thighs parallel to the floor. At this point your knees should be over your toes and the load should be taken through the front foot only, not the rear foot. Like I said before, it's for stability only. Once your knee brushes the floor, you want to drive the weight through the front foot back to the neutral position. Remember guys, on the split squats, to keep the weights a lot lower than the conventional squat. Obviously you don't want to be trying lifting the same thing. Essentially you've only got one leg in the way instead of 2. So keep the weight down, make sure it's controlled, concentrate on driving through the leading foot as always, and make sure you keep your chest outwards. The third exercise we completed for legs was the leg press. Again, this predominantly targets your quads. It's a good exercise for building mass, and you can lift a lot more weight usually than you can on squats. Again, we adopted the 15, 12, 10, 8, 6 rep range, so it's 5 sets in total, progressively overloading the muscle. This means to increase the weight after every set. So to start with, you want to set the seat at a height comfortable for you, and for you only. This is the thing I always say to people. A lot of things in the gym are personal preference, so the seat position is going to be key here. I prefer to have the seat furthest back, so this kind of prevents this winking kind of motion you get in your pelvis when you reach a certain depth on leg press. This is known as a pelvic wink. You usually find this on when you do squats, but you can also get this on leg press. A pelvic wink, in simplistic terms, is where your butt tucks under your body. If you're being scientific about it, it's where your pelvis changes position from an anterior tilt to a posterior tilt. So once you're comfortable with your seat position, the position of your feet is the next important thing to consider when you're leg pressing. I prefer a medium to narrow foot placement. It's just personal preference. I feel it targets the outer sweep more than anything else, so that's something I'm trying to develop, is my outer sweep on my legs, so that's what I choose to use. So when you're comfortable with your overall body position, unlock the safety bar or the pin, push the plate away from your body to your kind of neutral position. This will be your starting position. Do not lock your knees out though. That's a key important thing on leg presses. Don't lock your knees out. I've seen some horrific videos on YouTube of people locking their knees out and it's not good. You want to slowly lower the plate towards you to where you're at a depth that's comfortable for yourself. From here you want to predominantly push through your heels, push the plate back up to the starting position, ensuring the tension is predominantly through the quads. Repeat this until you've reached your desired rep range. As you probably noticed, I've put this clip on loop because I didn't have enough time to explain the exercise, so yeah, apologies for that. The fourth exercise we performed was the dumbbell Romanian deadlift to target our hamstrings. For this, you want to lower the dumbbells. As you do this, you want to push your butt backwards as far as possible, keeping the dumbbells tight to the body, or tight to your legs rather. Keep your head looking up forward, your chest out and your shoulders back. aim to reach just below your kneecap to ensure the full range of motion on this one. At the bottom of your range of motion, return to the starting position by bringing the hips forward. You end up in a standing position as per the start of the exercise. For our fifth exercise on legs, we did leg extensions. Again, this is to target the quad area predominantly. We use these as a finishing exercise to completely exhaust the muscle. So the first thing to consider here is your knee position while you're sat on the machine. Your knee should basically hinge at the same location where the machine's hinge point is. If it doesn't, you're too far forward in the seat or you're too far back in the seat. To start, you want to use your quads by pushing them against the roller pad at the bottom of the machine, extending your legs out to their maximum range. Make sure you keep the rest of your body still, you don't want to be jittering around. The only thing here that should be moving is the lower half of your leg. One tip when you do reach the top is not to jolt your knees where your legs reach the full range of motion. For the eccentric part of the movement, slowly lower the weight back down to the starting position in a controlled fashion, and then just repeat that for your desired range of reps. For the last exercise on legs was the lying leg curl. This targets the hamstrings. Again, we use this usually as a finishing exercise to completely finish off and exhaust the muscle. We usually do 3 sets of 10 to 15, more ranging towards the 12 to 15 side of the rep ranges, but yes, just completely finish off the muscle and make sure it's fully exhausted. Firstly, you want to adjust the machine to suit your height and leg length. That will be different for everybody, so ensure that you're comfortable with the settings on the machine. You want to ensure that the pad is more towards the heel than your calf muscle. Once you're comfortable with your body position, you want to grip the handles of the machine to stop you moving during the exercise. Try to stay rigid to ensure the emphasis is mainly on the hamstrings and your body isn't moving everywhere. Your legs should be fully extended in the starting position. Your feet should always be maintained at 90 degrees to your shin bone. You want to start by pulling the weights towards your glutes as if you're going to touch your heel on your butt. Once you've reached the top, so the full range of motion, you want to squeeze at the top in the fully contracted position for a second or two. Once you've reached the top, in a controlled manner, slowly return the weight back to the original position where your legs should be fully extended.
What's up guys, I just finished the workout. Absolutely ruined now. I'm just sat in the car as per usual outside Pure Gym. It was quite a good session, to be fair. We did 6 exercises. It was quite a good one considering we had so much filming to do at the same time. Like trying to get the video in the Instagram and trying to get the Instagram stories as well. It's quite a lot of content to get over the space of the workout and does take a lot of time. So we managed to get it in. The workout's pretty good. I'm sweating like a bitch now. I need to get home and have a shower and eat food. I've literally had one meal today and that was breakfast, and I had a protein bar for the gym, so no pre-workout. I've cut them out of my my diet at the minute. Pre-workouts I don't think they do me any good. Making me a bit jittery and stuff, so yeah, no pre-workout. Felt pretty good today. How did it go for you, Nate?
Don't know, I'm pretty fucked now. It's probably the best leg session I've had in a while. But I had the stag do last year. I'm training legs. Probably the first time in 2 weeks I've trained legs, so I was feeling a bit rusty. But now my legs, my quads, especially my quads, are battered now, so I can't try and come and do cardio tomorrow morning maybe. But if it depends on how our legs are in the morning,
yeah.
Then, yeah.
I'm not saying this for YouTube, but I have started trying to stretch off after the gym. There's a class going on in the room where I stretch off, so I'm going to go home now and stretch my legs. So I do want to come and do 45 minutes of cardio if I can tomorrow. I will be able to. I don't know if I'll be able to withstand 45 minutes. It's quite long. I've done 3 sessions of 30 this week and it was pretty epic, so my legs are ruined today. So I'll go home now, stretch off, have something to eat quick, and then I'll head out for the evening and do some with my girlfriend. So Nate's saying he'll be going home now to eat some food. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. We'll much appreciate it. I hope you like the content of the video this time. I hope you're not too upset about the clickbait. If you are, then drop us a negative.
Maybe dislike if you want.
Dislike the video, a horrible comment, because
we don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. No, it's fine. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Don't bother us. Thumb up, thumb down, doesn't matter. But no, thanks for watching the video. Like I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give the video a like. It'll go a long way and we much appreciate it.
I'll see you in the next one, guys.